Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of August, right through the end of September 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, I've opened up a second competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know regarding their career and money situation? Please show them what is to occur in the next coming weeks and months. What are they meant to be aware of regarding their current situation? For their highest good, what are they meant to see? Can you please clarify for them their money situation, what is to come, and any career opportunities or changes? Well, your first card there is the Emperor energy. So I see a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. I feel like you're taking charge of your career, new ideas, being really strict with yourself to focus on your goals and your dreams. Yes, behind the scenes, there are some restructures going on in your career sector. Now, this may not affect you directly because it is in the resistance position. However, you may hear of these changes. There may be restructures going on. For some of you, there may even be like a refurbishment in like an office, if you work in an office. If not, it could be a refurbishment in your current circumstances. I mean, it could also be that, you know, there is some sort of refurbishment going on outside of where you work and it could cause a distraction in some way. But ultimately, I still see that you're going to be super focused, and anything that comes in to try and distract you, I feel like you are kind of like phasing it out and going to be very productive in the next coming weeks and months. Very goal-oriented. I definitely see that you are going to complete anything that you start, so you're going to feel really proud of yourself. We've got the Hermit there as well, so you are withdrawing in order to be serious about a goal, dream, or a new idea, maybe even a new approach, okay? Also, I feel there is an energy, yeah, there's something coming in here. So the World card, it can indicate the end of a cycle. So it could be that you're finishing projects that you started or you have in motion already, and then you're on to the next. But for some of you, there's also an energy here of a new role or a new way of working that has so much promise and opportunity. And it's something that you're really going to love. I mean, you got the World card twice. So this is a big deal. I mean, the World card actually indicates abundance, more prosperity, being on target, and being realistic with your goals. Some of you are tying up loose ends, trying to get away on a vacation. So it could be that you are, you know, really trying hard to get everything finished, or even maybe train someone up to do what you do whilst you're away, or maybe you're just trying to get ahead of yourself so that things are ticking over whilst you're away. I definitely see that you're in charge and strategizing for the next coming weeks and months so that you can be ahead of yourself is what I see there. So very busy time the next coming weeks and months. Let's get to your cards. Your first card there is the leadership card. So you're naturally a born leader. So this can indicate right now that you're being very strict with yourself. There is an energy of responsibility and tasks. So I feel like you are going to be super busy here, administrative tasks. I feel like you're being really strict with almost like limiting yourself to, time online, perhaps. It feels very much like you're going to be super focused over the next coming weeks and months, perhaps cutting something out that distracts you in some way so that you can reach a certain goal and be on to the next, or do something that you love. For some of you, it could be that you're launching something, whether it's a new idea, a new project, or there's a new deal available to you. Maybe even a new contract going on there with a client or a service. Or if you're a creative, it could be that you've got a new piece of work in the works, as it were, and you're about to launch it or have people see it at this time, view it. And it's something that people are going to love. And I feel it changes everything. It draws a lot of attention to you. But also, this card is all about leadership. So a lot of you are thinking about becoming your own boss, or you are already your own boss. You're an entrepreneur, because this is giving off strong, independent energy. So this card can indicate that you are looking at your talents and your gifts and how you can utilize them in a business form so that you can attract more money. But more importantly, I feel it's about loving what you do. And also, when you get the Emperor card as your starting position, it basically means that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances. You may implement like a strict budget as well there financially. And I feel this is about you getting organized, not waiting on something, getting busy and taking action on the next steps. For some of you with the Hermit energy, this is a card, when you apply it to a career situation, it's a desire to go solo. So it could be something that you're getting organized behind the scenes right now, because I'm actually seeing a sign that says keep out. Keep out. So, that can be an energy of privacy. Perhaps you're withdrawing to work on something in private at this time, or you're withdrawing in order to not have any distractions because you're super serious about your goals in the next coming weeks, and you're very ambitious as well. So I feel like you don't want any distractions, or perhaps you are just keeping things to yourself at this time because you don't want to share it. That's a really good way to work, in silence. And then when it is completed, then there is the reveal, so that it doesn't take away that motivation, that drive, or that intention. The Hermit energy can also indicate that you're someone who is very established at what you do. And these two cards tell me that you're really gifted naturally, but you've also reached a certain position in your current circumstances where there is a desire for more. Okay, so it can be that you're a pro at what you do, you're naturally talented, but also have acquired knowledge, okay, through like learning, courses, maybe even qualifications, whatever it is, because I feel like you've got natural gifts anyway. You are the student of life, but whatever it is that you do, I feel like you've hit a plateau, and that can indicate, it's been the same old thing every day, a repetitive cycle, which actually structure works really well for you, because when you do something day to day, you become a master or a mistress of it. And I feel like you're really good at what you do, and now there is this desire for more. So some of you could be basically taking some time out to really re-strategize your next steps. The goal is still the same. So whatever goals you have, I feel like you reach them. And this card indicates that you may be searching for a new way. For some of you, you are basically taking some time out for reflection. Now, this could be a day out to just really get your head clear, to strategize a plan. For some of you, this could be that, you are going into a spiritual kind of development when it comes to your career. For some of you, it could also be that you're going to do some like meditation or Reiki or yoga, Pilates, or something that is in the spiritual vein to help you clear your mind and be really focused, because you know that there's going to be a very busy time and you want to manage your stress levels at this time. Because I feel a lot of you have been under pressure. Okay, the Tower is in the resistance position, so you're managing your stress levels at this time. I feel, yes, for some of you, you're not completely content with where you're at right now. You still feel that there is more to achieve. You've achieved quite a lot so far, but I see that there is more that you're reaching for. And some of you may feel that, you're a little bit stuck in a rut, or things have taken a bit of a negative turn sometimes, but you're getting back into the flow of things. And there is restructure going on, whether you work for a company, whether you're an entrepreneur. independent, or whether you work, for an institute, or, it doesn't have to be an office job. It could be anything that you're doing. I see that the industry that you work in, or the sort of umbrella kind of energy, is restructuring. So it could be that you hear of some redundancies or some rules and regulations that are changing, and you're required to be adaptable at this time, okay? Now, the World card, it does tell me that you're going to be very productive and you're going to be very busy, but also it can indicate some of you, not all of you, depends on where you're located in the world. With the Hermit, that is to withdraw, go inwards. It could also be to withdraw in the home space. So some of you, you could be thinking about working from home, or there is a period of working from home. It could also be that you're trying to restructure the way that you work, like your schedule, so you can have more time for you. It could be that your hours are changing, or you're going to have a conversation with someone if you work for someone. It could be that you want to change your hours or be a little bit more flexible with those hours. Some of you may actually approach that in a meeting over the next coming weeks and months. I feel at first it is met with resistance, okay, because the Tower is there, but I actually feel that this person will compromise, okay? Don't avoid the conversation or the meeting, because I feel this person, they will be more understanding than you realize. But at first, they may need to check some things just to make sure that it's okay. So resistance at first, but I feel the outcome is favorable there. Now, for some of you with the World card, you're keeping a close eye on the world and the economics and all the shifts that are going on. Especially with the Tower there, a lot of you are expecting some sort of fluctuation, let's put it that way, in the economic markets, and you may be looking at how it affects you, your finances, and your position. And with the Emperor there, the Emperor can indicate advice. So it could be that you're watching things online of how to protect your finances. For some of you, it could be that you're actually getting financial advice from a pension advisor, or someone who helps with estate planning, or just finances in general. So it could be that you are looking at the structure of finances for long-term wealth or generational wealth there with that Ten of Cups. So it could be something that you're thinking about. You may even reach out to a person in the next coming weeks and months. And this person, they've got international links, okay? So if you're thinking long-term that you want to purchase real estate or property abroad eventually, for some of you, you're thinking about retirement, your pension age when you want to retire. But it could also be that you need to reach out to someone who can help you purchase property abroad if that's what you want for your retirement. So these may be things that you're thinking about on a personal level, but you're working really hard to accomplish that. So whatever your goals are, I see that you reach them, because the World card is your intention position. So you're very goal focused, and the outcome is you reach your goal. There's balance, there's harmony. And the Ace of Cups is things are favorable, or things are getting better, and an opportunity comes your way that you're really going to love. Also, I feel, with the World card twice in your reading, a lot of you are looking at the changes that are going on in the world, and you're trying to protect what you've already worked really hard for, and I see that you're in a really good position to do that. So I would say, because the Tower is in the resistance position, I feel, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So release that sense of anxiety. Sometimes, there are lots of videos out there, and they've got clickbait kind of titles, and it makes you feel like the world is like ending tomorrow. But of course, it's to get you to watch their videos. So just watch out for that. I don't know why that's coming through in a career and money reading, but it is. So I want you to be aware of that, because I feel some of you, there's this energy of being in fight or flight mode. This is not going to resonate with all of you, but I want you to be aware that, calming that sense of anxiety and sort of switching off from that clickbait kind of thing. So I'm just going to move away with respect from that energy there. Now, some of you, especially if you are an entrepreneur, you may be thinking about being a little bit more nomadic and going overseas, perhaps relocating your business or creating some sort of structure financially that aids your business in some way. But also, if you are thinking about becoming your own boss, I feel this is about you withdrawing to strategize the next steps in order to do that, and looking at how you can structure your business with international links. Some of you may actually earn your money from overseas, but it comes to where you are, right now. So I feel a lot of you have got a very diverse kind of energy going on right now. And it could be something that you're actually connected to, or something that you are brainstorming or wondering how people do it. So it could be that you're investigating at this time how to launch your own business, how to do something that you absolutely love that is connected to your true life's purpose and mission. And it may be that you're already doing that, but you're trying to be a little bit more independent or increase your finances at this time. And you're looking to people who perhaps you look up to, admire, or see that they are very successful in their own right. You may even reach out to one of these people and say, hey, look, I'm following in your footsteps, but I'm putting my own unique spin on it. Any advice of the pitfalls to avoid or anything that could help? This person, I feel they are really willing to help, because they are the sort of person who lends a hand up the ladder. Okay, so I feel that would be very beneficial for you as well. Now, for some of you, depending on the industry or the way that you work, I see that there's an energy here of people in hierarchical positions watching what you do. And the Hermit, it feels very much like they may see that you are someone who, you're very diligent, you pay a lot of attention to detail, but there's an energy here of integration. So you work really well on your own with that Hermit energy, but the World card is an integration card. So this could be that, you also really work well as a team. And people in high places are noticing this, and I feel there is an opportunity coming your way because of it. Now, for some of you, you've hit a certain level, and looking at the outcome energy, I don't feel that the level of offer or opportunity that's coming your way really benefits you too much. I feel it's something that you would love, so it's probably a project or perhaps a deal, or maybe they're going to ask you to, be the figurehead of governing a department or leading a team, but it feels very much like you're going to enjoy it, but it doesn't feel like the status changes that much, because you're already at the top of your game, or you're already at the level that you can go to. And because you've got the Tower there, which of course this card is called Revelation, so it's like a sudden idea, epiphany, a leap of faith, or a paradigm shift, something's changing within you where you want to hit through that glass ceiling. And I feel, this is your moment to either launch something as a side hustle, if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or it's your moment to restructure the way that you work, because remember, the Tower is a restructure. Now, some of you may also hear of some shocking news in the next coming weeks and months that really puts you in a bit of a tailspin. Okay, I don't see it being like anything truly negative, but I'm going to pull a card on it. It could be that you hear that like a member of your company decides to leave suddenly. It could also be that there is some restructure or merge going on behind the scenes, and you hear about it and you're surprised. It could be the sudden closing of a branch, for example, and you're like, whoa, nobody saw that coming, because the Tower is a surprise. Whatever it is, your starting position is the Emperor, which means you're secure in your position. The World card indicates, the closing out of a cycle and end of an era. However, the Ace of Cups indicates there's a lot of potential for you, and this is going to transform the way that you work. Something could be offered to you. The Hangman and the Seven of Pentacles. So this could indicate that, the way that you work or the industry that you work in is being transformed, turned upside down in some way. And you may feel it's a disruptive energy where people feel a little bit in limbo. Things are changing. There's some sacrifices going on for those changing periods, and that Seven of Pentacles there means there's new strategies. So it could be that you come into work and suddenly they've got a new computer software or new computer hardware that you have to learn on the go, and you're like, oh, everything's changing. This is really weird. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that, a service or a software that you normally use sort of like ends the license, or comes to some sort of end of a contract. For some of you, there may even be like a service provider that you use that goes out of business or suddenly decides to stop operating periodically, and then you're going to have to search for something else, okay? And some of you may be just looking at documentation, expiry dates, with contracts, whether it's insurance or whether it's, some sort of subscription that you use. I feel this is you looking at, the ends of things. So I feel you may change like service providers if you're coming to the end of a contract on one because you're finding a better deal elsewhere. If you utilize a certain subscription, but it's not really as good as it used to be, then you may be looking elsewhere for other providers at this time, because I feel with the Ace of Cups, you're getting a better deal elsewhere. But that Seven of Pentacles is the fork in the road. It basically asks you, are you satisfied where you are? And a lot of you, with that Seven of Pentacles, you're working really hard, and you may feel that the finances are not what you were hoping for, or you have a desire for more at this stage because you're seeing with the World card twice that economically, the price of things are increasing, and you may feel that your money is not going as far as it used to. So you may actually restructure the way that you work so that you can, implement new ideas or ways of working to increase your finances. Now, for some of you, this could be launching, because the Tower can be like a sudden rebuilding of something, or a sudden desire to, gather that strength to make a major change. You could launch a business. Remember, that person is taking a leap of faith out of the Tower. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tower, two figures leap into the unknown because the building is now on fire. The lightning bolt has hit the crown chakra. Now, the lightning bolt tends to represent an epiphany, sudden realization, or a divine intervention where the frequencies are getting higher, and that means that everything has to change. Everything that is inauthentic will be taken away. So it can be that if you work with a person who perhaps is not pulling their weight, or is not honest, above board in the working environment, then you're going to see a shift and things start to fall away. Anything that is true and authentic remains, and this is a period to rebuild from. But also, it can indicate that you feel stuck in a rut. Same old thing, just a different day, and now you want change. So this is about taking a leap of faith, asking for a different restructure of hours or pay, or actually launching something yourself and taking a risk that's actually going to pay off and be really beneficial for you. But it is a calculated risk, so I feel like you're strategizing with that Emperor energy. Now, also, we've got the Ten of Cups there. It's in the resistance position, so, it's like you got it in the reverse. It will go into the upright, but partnered with the Tower there and the Wheel of Fortune, you could come across someone who causes conflict in the next 6 weeks. This person, they feel a little bit out of control or disruptive in their energy. It's almost like they're doing everything in their power to either annoy you, micromanage you, or, I feel like there's some changes going on in their personal life, and they're not really good at separating the professionalism from how they feel about their personal life. So I feel there could be someone who's very stubborn, or, with the Tower and the Ten of Cups, this can also indicate foreclosures on business, but this could be something that you are not directly affected by, is what I feel, because it's in the resistance position. It's like disaster averted, but it may cause some fear when you notice like businesses that have been there long term, that perhaps either your business tends to do business with, but they are closing, and you have to look elsewhere for, that service. But it could be shocking that something that has been, around for a long time, like a family business. I hate to give this message, but I got to be honest with what I'm being given. It's not your business. It's not directly related to you, but it could be a service that you use. And it's disappointing and sad that these things are occurring. So also, it will go into the upright. So some of you may actually think about launching a family business yourself. Or it could be that, you are going to feel really content and satisfied with a job well done because you're making some changes in your working practices. Maybe it's your approach to how you work on something, or you launch a new idea, or you're bold and daring and shift your perspective on something. And it just feels like everything that, perhaps was a little bit stagnant suddenly becomes fresh and new and exciting, and you're enthusiastic about it because it just feels like you're turning things around a little bit. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, if you know my readings, you'll know that a Tower and a Wheel of Fortune, they tend to show up together in readings. So, surprises, they don't have to be negative. I feel this is a positive surprise for you. But of course, it's been in the resistance position and it will turn into the upright at the end of the 6 weeks. So this tells me that some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck in a rut and you are just wanting to shift things or change things or launch new things so that things remain fresh. Okay, it's about reigniting that spark. So some of you could be looking at old ideas and revamping them or revisiting something in order to tweak it a little bit and, put it out there and launch it as new, because technically it kind of is new because you're getting a different approach to it. Also, the Wheel of Fortune, some of you may be looking elsewhere for opportunities at this time, and you may have felt that there's nothing out there. You may have felt that things are a little bit sparse in the job market, or there's nothing fulfilling out there. But suddenly, if you are looking for a new role, especially if you've come to this reading and you've had a shock in your industry and you've been made redundant, or you were let go, or you had to walk away from a toxic situation, I definitely see that there is something new being offered to you, okay? And I feel it's got really good perks, okay? That's unusual for the kind of time period that we're living in, but I feel with the World card there may be an opportunity to travel, or there could be a branch overseas that you're interested in kind of like exploring. So I feel there is an opportunity with endless potential in the works for you. So if you're currently out of work and you're looking for something new, I see something new coming on in here for you, and it ticks all your boxes and it transforms everything. Your finances, how you feel about your industry, the way that you work. And I just feel it's very fulfilling, but it will also benefit you and your family. Okay. Now, also the Wheel of Fortune, it indicates surprise. So I feel there's something of a surprise news coming your way that may shock you in your industry, but it doesn't, as I said, directly affect you. But also for some of you, there may be something that comes your way in terms of news that doesn't shock you so much. You kind of intuitively expected it, but again, it doesn't kind of affect how you work. So this could be about a person in a position of authority. I'm also getting strong energy of someone leaving a place where you work, or if you're an entrepreneur and you're like independent and you work for yourself, it could be someone that you have met in the past. You may hear from this person and they may want to collaborate, because I'm getting an energy of being headhunted or being poached from a position. Hey, my beautiful Aquarians, would you come and like to work for me, is the energy that I've got coming through. So it could be someone that you really respect. They want to work either with you or have you work for them in their company because they really respect your talent, your skills, and you're very gifted. So I see that there as well. Now, your outcome energy, we have the World card again. So this indicates that some of you are tying up loose ends, getting projects done. Anything you have in motion, you're going to finish. So the next 6 weeks, very productive. You're going to be really proud of yourself. But also, this is a card of integration. And with the Hermit there, for some of you, you've been feeling a little bit isolated, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You may feel that, you are holding it all together. You have a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Sometimes entrepreneurs, rather than a 9-to-5 job, it's a 24/7 kind of thing, because you care so much about your industry. And if you stop, then perhaps, everything stops. So you may feel like you're always on the go and you're pretty exhausted. Some of you may outsource some of the work that you do to professionals who can handle it. You may pay a little bit of money for that, but I feel this is about also getting involved. So there may be a networking event going on. For some of you, it may be overseas, but it could be that you're meeting like-minded individuals. And if you're in an environment where people work together, this could be some sort of event, invitation to a work drinks, where I feel there may be conversations about taking the industry or whatever it is you do to the next level, and some opportunities there that you may be interested in, like heading up as well. Now, we've also got that Ace of Cups, and this indicates something being offered to you, okay? This is divine intervention, the hand of the universe stepping in to offer you an opportunity that has so much potential, something that you will absolutely love. Now, for some of you, this could be, as I said, a project, could also be a bonus, but it may be something that is in the works, because I see a restructure here. So it may be that you have an appraisal or a meeting with someone who lets you know that there are opportunities and bonuses in the works for you, but these are something that, you know, it feels they could come at the end of the year, okay? So it could be something that you're told about now, but it's something that's way later on. That's what I'm being given. It may not resonate with everyone, but I feel this is the conversation that's coming out heavily in this reading. And of course, if you work for yourself, this could be something that you're thinking about launching next year, or you are currently strategizing and going to launch it closer to the end of the year. Round about like November, December time. You may be aiming for October, but I just feel like there may be something that comes up where you just like launch it a little bit later, okay? So you still are on target for your goal. It doesn't really mean too much, but I feel the universe is making sure you launch it when the moment is right, that will be most beneficial and prosperous for you. Now, also, we've got the Death card, okay? So this is change, transformation. A lot of you, this could be that you are shedding something that is old and familiar. So it could be an outdated practice, or, you know, a software program that perhaps doesn't benefit anymore. There may be a new software program that is more beneficial. For some of you, this could be that, you know, you're getting a new laptop, or you're noticing that the printer is jammed and you're having to get it fixed, or, you know, maybe you are getting it repaired or even changed out for a new one, especially if you have a contract with like a printer service, for example, because I see contracts being renewed or ended, and you know, services being looked at this time. But also I feel this is like major change to keep things fresh and new. And it could also be that you are changing the way that you look at something, and now you're more inspired and enthusiastic to make a difference in your career. I see that your reputation is second to none, and I feel that you are someone who is establishing yourself as someone who is a real pro at what you do. And I see lots of rewards coming your way, because these two cards, the World card and the Ace of Cups, it's victory and something being offered that you're going to absolutely love. And it will change the way that you work, but it will also change your status eventually, but just not in the next 6 weeks. I got to be honest with you there. I feel change is in the works for you, but I feel like you're smashing through this glass ceiling right now. And I also feel some of you are shedding some old habits, okay? So it could be that, you know, if occasionally, and we all do it occasionally, I'm not pointing a finger at you, my beautiful Aquarians, occasionally we procrastinate, especially if we're trying to envisage a new way. We kind of have that period of visualizing a new way of working, or maybe a new idea or new project, and we ruminate on it. But I feel like you're in that go-getting spirit right now, where you're taking action on anything and you are making changes immediately. So I feel like your work habit right now is really thrilling, and it's going to attract a lot more opportunity towards you there as well, okay? Now, of course, there's no coins in your reading, so that doesn't mean that you're not money focused over the next coming weeks and months. I feel like you're being strict with a budget. I feel like you're not frivolously spending, because the Tower is in the resistance position there. I mean, for some of you, with the Ten of Cups, if you have children, there may be, you know, like a surprise bill that comes there, and I feel that there's a lesson to be learnt in it. So, for example, and I'm only giving this as an example, if your child has like a cell phone, it could be that they click on like a games app by accident, or maybe on purpose, and there is some sort of extra money that is charged because of that. So I feel like some of you may want to look at that and lock that down, especially if it's quite a large amount of money. So just watch out for that. That's coming through there as well. But I feel, you know, whatever it is that you pay out, you will replenish, because you have that Ace of Cups there. It will be replenished for you. But it may just take you by surprise. Okay, it doesn't have to be if you have children. It can be that perhaps there is some sort of charge that comes in that you weren't aware of or that you were not expecting, and you look at it and I feel it gets readdressed. So it could be an error. Okay, so look at your statements. There may be something on there that comes through and you're like, hey, that didn't cost that much. That's an oversight. That's an error. So you may revisit that, or it could be that you're like, hey, I didn't spend anything in that store. Let me just check what's going on there. I mean, I don't see anything like someone took your details or anything. I do not see that there. Okay, I think it's just an error in a charge, but you will be compensated. It will be readdressed. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. Now I'm just going to give you some final cards before I close your reading. Now there is one rogue card in this deck. It's there on purpose. Okay, and oh, they want me to go again. So not everybody gets that card. I just want you to be aware it's there, because some people will be like, hey, that card doesn't look like all the others. So we have Tower. So this is another energy. You know, towers, they're not always negative. I want you to be aware of that. This is you being a tower of power. This is about you structuring something, building something, and really strategizing to take yourself to the top. It says here, earning power, building a business, sound decisions, corporate job, power, unstable positions being made stable. So I feel this is about you securing your position, but it's also an energy of you looking at areas where you could earn more. Some of you are rebuilding, especially if you've been out of work for a while. And I feel some of you may contemplate a corporate job because of that Emperor energy, or you may be in a corporate job. Ultimately, I feel like you could have a dual kind of energy. What I mean by that is two things running aside each other. Maybe a corporate position where you're gathering money in order to, launch something more creative on the side, and it will become your main kind of job, become an entrepreneur, because I feel like you're destined to be a leader no matter what. We've also got butterfly, sudden change in the working environment. That's definitely come through in your reading. We've got, frivolous spending. I did mention that, but, with the Emperor there, you're keeping a tight rein on your finances. You're being really strict with yourself, or you've got a strict budget, but actually it doesn't feel strict. It feels like you really enjoy getting organized and making sure that you're watching your pennies and your dollars, cents, yen, won, euro, whatever, pound, whatever currency you work with. This is like you just saving your pot. Some of you, as I mentioned, may be thinking about pension time. Some of you may actually be retiring as well. So congratulations if that's you, because the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of the World card either side, it pretty much says that you're waiting for the right time to retire, and it's pretty close, and you're going to absolutely love it. The time and the pace is going to change drastically, so you may need to make some adjustments in the way that you do life, but actually I feel you're just going to love living on your own time, okay? We've also got arts, movement, temp jobs, and fun work, okay? So some of you may pick up like a seasonal job, or maybe something temporary on the side there as well. We've got pendulum, so this can indicate fluctuating money. Easy come, easy go. You get paid, it goes out on bills, but it gets replenished again. It says fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy, seasonal work, job change, making choices. So I do see that some of you could be leaving a position eventually, putting your resume out there to get a new opportunity. There is one coming in that you will absolutely love, and there may be some international links there as well. And eventually, if you want to, you could go to their branch overseas. So it may be something that you're thinking about. But because the Ten of Cups is in your resistance position, a lot of you, although you have a sense of adventure, you are like family oriented. So I feel you may have to make a major decision about going somewhere else, and your family and friends, of course, they support your decision and you can always see them, but I feel there may be a decision that you have to make, and only you can make that decision there as well. And we've got award, so winning something. It's another cup being offered to you. So this is recognition or an opportunity. It says winning money, payoff for your effort, recognition, advancement in the workplace, professional work, and fame. Now, you didn't get the fame card. It tends to be the star card there, but that doesn't mean that you're not on the trajectory to be famous. So if you are in a career where you can be in the public eye in some way or well known for what you do, because I see reputation here. That's something that's very strong in your reading. I mean, I see that you have the potential to go global at some stage, but it is connected to a project. So whether you're an artist or a musician or, an actor, whatever it is, I feel like there is an opportunity coming in that has the potential to go global and change everything, change the way that you work. And it feels like people may talk about you as like, the new person on the block who suddenly appears in stardom. But actually, if they did a little background check, they'd see that you've been working hard for years and years and years. And actually now, you've established yourself as so good at what you do. And now the spotlight will be on you. So there is a potential there for sure. But I feel it comes after the 6 weeks. But the opportunity may be offered to you in the next 6 weeks. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune. Okay, some of you may be doing something that is visible online as well, because the World card is there twice. So if you're on like a social media platform, I definitely see that there is more attention gathered at whatever it is that you do, and maybe social media works really well for you right now. So we have a dragon fly there. So this is about seizing the moment. It's about the dance of life, being flexible, and it can be like seize the day, seize the opportunity. And I definitely see that there is something coming towards you that you will grab with both hands. We've also got the angel. So you're being guided towards an opportunity. There is divine intervention. Whenever you get a tower and a wheel of fortune, that's definitely divine intervention. So if you're feeling stuck, there is an opportunity winging its way towards you. And we have the plant pot, so maybe a startup or something new that you're launching that has a lot of potential. The seed has already been planted, you're nourishing it. It's going to grow into something that is truly prosperous and will bring more wealth, because plants and trees, they tend to connect to wealth there. So I see it's a steady grow of your finances. Things are starting to work. There is a payoff for that hard work. And of course, we've got the sun. So this is about the spotlight. It's about growth in your career, making progress, but it's also about shining your wonderful light, allowing yourself to be seen, because that hermit energy can be that you're working hard behind the scenes, and when the moment is right, you will reveal what you've been working on. But it can also indicate promote your work a little bit more. Shout about what you do. The world needs what you do, or the world needs to see what you do. And I feel it could bring in more business towards you, especially if you're an entrepreneur or an independent worker there too. I also feel even if you work for a company, I feel that the spotlight will be on you to be recognized for some sort of benefit. And again, I've already mentioned that I feel the majority of the benefits come in towards the end of the year, but I do see like a meeting or a conversation about it in the next coming weeks. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If you would like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is write in the comments box below, "Love is the answer," and my guides will bring me to one subscriber to win that free personal reading. I will upload a video online to announce the winner of the competition. So please keep your notification bell on, because you'll want to be notified if it's you, and then you'll be able to connect to me and get that reading from me. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.